In the top stories, Ambassador Nelson Natta issues apology, Met Office monitoring erratic movement of Tropical Storm Philippe, and police release autopsy results for DeAndre Finley. We'll have the details when we come back.
The Court Store Home event is happening now. Get up to 30% off select furniture, appliances, and electronics. Save on bedroom, dining room, living room sets, 55-inch smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and pay later with court-ready finance. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. Don't miss the Court's Home event, bringing value home. Promotion runs 25th August to 23rd September 2023. Conditions apply.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Get ready for an unforgettable music celebration at the 23rd World Creole Music Festival in Dominica. The Winter Park Sports Stadium, Roseau, comes alive from October 27 to October 29, 2023. Night 1, Friday, October 27. Popcorn, Michael Henderson, DJ Stacks, Vibe, Patrice Roberts and the A-Team, TK International. Night 2, Saturday, October 28. Barry's Hammond, Taboo Combo, Gordon Henderson, Silk All-Stars, Joella Sewell, NG, Jean-Luc Guanel, Reddy Christos, Joe Boy, Ezra, The Fun Machine, and Jiggy, Esa Bantan. Night 3, Sunday, October 29, the grand finale, Ecstasy Band, Marshall Montano, Midnight Groovers, Jada Kingdom, Signal Band. For more information and ticket purchases, visit the official website at dominicafestival.com. Don't miss out on the World Creole Music Festival 2023, a celebration of legacy.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Scotticia Hendrickson. Ambassador Leon Natta Nelson has extended an apology to the public for the recent occurrence that took place on the night of Friday, 29th September on 4th Street, where Mr. Nelson Natta confronted a young man. In a statement of apology issued on Sunday, Ambassador Nelson Natta said, and I quote, "I feel compelled to share with you the individual involved, an adult, subjected my 8-year-old son to harm. As a father, my protective instincts kicked in, and I reacted in a manner I now deeply regret. While my intentions were rooted in safeguarding my child, I recognize that I should have approached the situation differently. I loved my son dearly, and my natural protective parental instinct took over." End quote. The statement continued, "I wish to sincerely apologize for my emotional reaction and any harsh words that were spoken. Such a response should never have occurred. I am committed to finding more peaceful and constructive ways to address any future concerns, even those involving my child." He went on to say that it is crucial that we denounce all forms of aggression, whether physical or verbal, and urge prioritizing open dialogue, understanding, and peaceful conflict resolution, especially in moments of heightened emotions. He also called for persons responsible for the recent threats against his family and home to be held accountable for their actions. As the police investigation unfolds, I ask for your patience and understanding. Additionally, I hope that the individual or individuals responsible for the threats against my family and home, as seen widely circulated in videos, will be held accountable for their actions. I trust in the thoroughness of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force in this matter. The St. Kitts Met Office continues to monitor Tropical Storm Philippe as it approaches the Caribbean. Recent bulletins have said that Philippe's movement has made it difficult to forecast. However, a tropical storm alert remains in place for St. Kitts, Nevis, and nearby countries. On Sunday afternoon, Senior Met Officer Elmo Burke gave ZIZ News an update on Tropical Storm Philippe's movements.
Tropical Storm Philippe continues its erratic path towards the northern Leeward Islands, and especially for us here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Earlier today, the system was tracked to pass closer to us. However, later this evening, we are now seeing the track moving further away from us here in St. Kitts and Nevis. So because of this erratic motion, we are asking the general public to pay close attention to future updates.
He said right now there are no watches or warnings in place for the Federation, but one may become necessary if there is any major shift in Philippe's movement in the next 24 hours.
There isn't any watch or warning for us here in St. Kitts and Nevis due to the fact that the system is now tracking a bit further away from us. Nonetheless, weather-wise, we can anticipate an increase in cloudiness, an increase in shower activity, and some gusty conditions as the system passes.
Mr. Burke said due to Philippe's erratic movement, it is difficult to predict exactly when the Federation will be impacted by the storm. However, persons can expect to see a change in the weather as early as Monday. Meanwhile, the National Emergency Management Agency is warning the public about a fake advisory circulating, claiming that the government is advising the schools and other government institutions should be closed. NEMA says that this is false and there has been no such advisory issued. The police have released the autopsy result for 32-year-old Deonjay Finley of Bird Rock, who died on September 23rd. The autopsy was performed by resident pathologist Dr. Adrian Nunes. According to Dr. Nunes, the cause of Mr. Finley's death was extreme external hemorrhaging into the chest and abdominal cavities. According to a police report, on the night of September 23rd, Mr. Finley was found lying on the ground along the Old Road Bay Road on St. Kitts. He was taken to the Joseph and France General Hospital for treatment, where it was discovered that he had multiple gunshot wounds to his upper body. Owing to the extent of his injuries, he died during emergency surgery. Coming up, we'll have another look at some stories from the past week. Stay tuned.
SL Horses and Company Limited, providing a greener future for the exceptional people that we value.
Meet the Johnson family, living a good life. How are they able to afford all this? By switching their mortgage to National. And you too can take advantage of this great offer. Yes, National Bank's Switch Mortgage will make your dreams a reality with the lowest interest rates guaranteed. You will have more disposable income than ever before. Imagine the possibilities. National Bank Switch Mortgage makes all the difference. Come home to National Bank and get your Switch Mortgage today.
Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Minister of Sport, the Honorable Samuel Duggins, took to the airways on Friday to address concerns about St. Kitts and Nevis not bidding to host games in the 2024 ICC Cricket World Cup. In a radio interview, Minister Duggins explained that while the Federation will not host any of the main games, St. Kitts and Nevis will be hosting several pre-game matches. He said this decision was made following an assessment of venue facilities, which determined that the sites did not meet tournament requirements.
So I'm saying this report came in April, and it's around the same time was the bidding process. And so once seeing this report, having sat down and had a conversation with the persons who did the assessment, we had to recognize, are we going to be in a position realistically to go that direction? And am I going to give a false sense of hope and then at the end of it come back to our people and say, well, we didn't meet the standards so we couldn't get... No, I sat there and said, okay, considering where we are, what you're asking for from us, where else could we fit in to be a part of this conversation?
He gave a breakdown of some of the renovations that would be needed and noted that several sites would be needed upgrading.
Some of our dressing rooms, the report says it, needs to be entirely demolished and revamped. Some of our facilities and stadium areas need to be entirely ripped down and revamped. So we need to get multiple venues up and running. So there's the Water Park Cricket Stadium, there's a Connery Cricket Facility, there's a Keyon Cricket Facility, there's the St. Paul's Cricket Facility. Those are some that they would have commented on more heavily because those are the ones that are closest. Of those, the Connery Cricket Facility is probably the one that had the least criticism. All the other cricket facilities need major renovation.
He said while he understands that persons would be disappointed that we are not hosting the main games, the Federation would still benefit economically from the pre-game matches.
What we are getting out of T20 World Cup in terms of economic value is equal, if not close, and we still have CPL slated for next year. We still have the 60 slated for next year. We still have these teams coming in to play cricket from the UK and other places. And I believe cricket is getting due care and attention. We're not left out of the World Cup. We will be playing a fundamental part. I think what people wanted is to see our name listed in the shortlist, and that may have confused some people. But we are still there, playing a dominant role in the World Cup conversation.
And then the question.
The 2024 ICC T20 Cricket World Cup consists of 48 one-day international matches of 20 overs each, and they run from the 4th to the 30th of June 2024. St. Kitts Electricity Company Skelec General Manager Clement Williams has provided details about the Independence 40 Electricity Reset Initiative that was announced by the Prime Minister in the most recent sitting of National Assembly. Here's more.
The initiative includes the immediate reconnection for all residential Skelec customers who are currently disconnected. During Wednesday's edition of ZIZ Radio's program Power Talk, Mr. Williams spoke of the requirements for customers to have their electricity restored.
You must be a residential customer. The reset is not for commercial customers, it is geared to residential customers. Now, you also have to you must set up a deferred payment arrangement for the outstanding arrears that would have caused you to be disconnected in the first place. This reset is not a wipe off or a debt forgiveness in any way whatsoever.
He stated that this initiative is a chance for persons to address their accounts that are in arrears.
It is an opportunity for persons to come, start afresh. We put your existing arrears in a deferred payment arrangements. We have extended the terms of the deferred payment arrangements to longer periods, thus making the monthly contributions to the deferred payment arrangements smaller.
Mr. Williams said that while the Prime Minister said deposits are not required at this time, persons are still encouraged to give what they can.
It is not a requirement to make a deposit. However, we strongly encourage persons, whatever little you can put down as a deposit, it helps to defer the arrears that you still have to pay in addition to your current supply.
He added that there is no reconnection fee, but reminded persons that the standard documentation is still required to conduct business at Skelec. These include 2 pieces of government-issued IDs, proof of address, and proof of entitlement to use the property.
2 members of ZIZ staff who have received national awards have spoken about what this means to them. More in this report.
In his National Heroes Day address, Prime Minister, the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew, named Charles Ronnie Rascal Davis and Alva Bradley as recipients of the Medal of Honour. Mr. Davis was awarded for his contribution to culture, music and the arts, and Mr. Bradley for his contribution to broadcasting. Both men said they were honoured to be recognised for their years of service.
Well, I was surprised at first when I was called and told that I was nominated. I was humbled, felt a sense of gratitude, knowing that what you have done over the past 40 years was recognized as being worthy of, being awarded.
It's been a long journey, and I've enjoyed every moment of it, I would say. And it's good to know that, what they say, you get your flowers while you're still around. So that's one of my flowers so far.
Mr. Davis said music has always been a part of his life.
I grew up in a house with a gramophone, which many persons might not have that privilege, a radio, which many persons. And so I was always into music. When I left school, I decided I would make music a business.
Mr. Bradley said he originally began his professional life in an entirely different field before switching to broadcasting.
When I left school, I worked for a short while at the Ministry of Education Department, and I asked for a transfer. I was basically interested in being a technician, so I asked for a transfer from Education Department to ZIZ. I came up in 1980. When I came up, I worked basically at television, transmission solely, and then I was asked to work between radio and television. So for a couple of years I worked on radio and also at television. And then I was eventually moved completely over to radio.
Both men have a total of about 80 years in their fields and have left a lasting impact among the general public.
Alva Bradley has been an anchor. He has done basically all the programs you have there. I mean, you name it. And he has served the nation well, and I think a well-deserved honor.
It is for his human work at ZIZ. I mean, he's been there through thick and thin, hurricane, disasters, floods. Alva has been there. I have associated him now with ZIZ for some 47 years or more, and he has definitely left an indelible mark on broadcasting industry.
Ronnie Rascal is more into entertainment and so on, and he keeps people alive and awake, and so especially during the carnival and the festivities. And so they're serving a purpose in terms of promoting the nation through ZIZ, and I want to congratulate them on the outstanding work they're doing and to encourage them to continue to work hard for the people of the country through the radio station.
Vance Amy, before he died, used to beg me when I was at ZIZ to put Mr. Bradley on the air so he could listen before he goes to sleep, because Bradley was that good.
Ronnie Rascal, who also is well known and very well known too for being one of the persons who advocates and always a part of the Juve Morning, Ronnie Rascal Juve Morning troupe, and alongside with that too, he too must be congratulated for his outstanding work and his commitment.
The man deserves it. He deserves it. He really deserves it. Where you send me by? Yeah, good. All good.
The management and staff of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation also congratulate Mr. Davis and Mr. Bradley for their contribution to the nation and commend them for their dedication to their fields. Jason Davis for ZIZ News.
After the break, vandals attack Antigua and Barbuda Primary School with firebombs and illegal immigration at a hot topic this U.S. election. Stay tuned.
Attention, savvy shoppers. It's time to double up your points and double up your savings. Join us at Horsford's Value Mart for our incredible Independence